Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're going to discuss our Game Week 16 team selection, which is the last FPL Game Week before the World Cup break. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and also click the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future uploads. I'm sure you've already heard me speak about FPL Social enough, so tickets and information to that are in the description down below. Also look out for some World Cup fantasy content that we're going to be producing. We're going to be making some fantasy related content as well as World Cup in general related content, whether that be kit ranking or a bunch of other different video ideas, so look out for that. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So first of all, let's have a look at how the side got on in Game Week 15. A very good Game Week for us, which did counteract the very poor Game Week we had in Game Week 14, as this week we've seen around a 400k rank rise. Danny Ward was the goalkeeper. He got himself 6 points as Leicester recorded another clean sheet, which was very nice to see against Everton away. We did cash in on that clean sheet as well with an extra Leicester defender in Timothy Castagna, who also produced 6 points at the back. He did look very good from open play as well, was getting pretty far forward, offering okay goal and assist potential. Unfortunately, couldn't get any attacking returns in this one, but I'm happy with a clean sheet from him. The new signing to the squad, John Stones, couldn't produce any points for us, as Man City did concede that penalty to Fulham, given away by Jacques Hansel, who got the red card, so he took a -2, and I did take the clean sheet away from both himself and John Stones, which was a bit disappointing to see, as I was hoping for some points from those two. Otherwise, Kieran Trippier put in an absolute shift for Newcastle once again, a clean sheet, an assist, and triple bonus points. Fortunately, he did get subbed off before Newcastle conceded their goal, which is always the added bonus of having Trippier in the squad, as he does get subbed off a little bit earlier, which can lead to that extra clean sheet, or those extra clean sheet points, if Newcastle do concede later in the game. Looking to the midfielders, very happy with the performance from the lads in the middle of the park, especially Mo Salah. 15 points on vice captaincy, was very happy with him. He produced 2 goals away to Tottenham, which to be honest was a bit unexpected, but I'm very happy with those points, and he was probably a main reason why we had such a good rank rise coming to Game Week 16. Marcus Rashford, he was also a new signing to the squad, couldn't produce any points, in a very disappointing performance in general for Manchester United away to Aston Villa. Rashford didn't really have any shots or chances in this game either, so not the best performance from him, but I am hoping he can bounce back next week with a very good fixture away to Fulham. And Wilfried Zaha rounded out the midfield with the second double-digit return in the middle of the park with 12 points. He got himself a goal and an assist for Crystal Palace, so he's bounced back from a couple of blanks in the last 3 weeks, so that was good to see from him. And looking to the lads up top, Callum Wilson was the 3rd transfer that we made to the team, and was the 3rd new transfer that also blanked, which was very disappointing, as it was actually surprising to see all the 3 players that we brought in all blanked. Wilson did get subbed off after 45 minutes for Newcastle, couldn't get himself any goals. And to add to the frustration, the player that was brought on for Callum Wilson and Chris Wood got himself a second half goal. Otherwise, Haaland got himself 5 points on captaincy, doubled up to 10, as despite not starting, he got himself a goal off the bench, which was nice to see. And Harry Kane continued his very good form this season with his 11th goal in the Premier League, getting himself a couple of extra bonus points as well there, scoring 8 points at home to Liverpool, rounding out a pretty strong game for our side. That meant we scored a total of 72 points in Game Week 15, seeing our rank increase from around 1 million up to 690k, so roughly a 400k green arrow there, which was very nice to see, much needed coming into the last week of FPL before the World Cup break. Quickly looking at the bench, Patterson just produced 1 point, but both Bailey and Andreas got themselves goals, very frustrating to see. That's been the 2nd time or 3rd time this season where both Bailey and Andreas have provided returns on the bench for us. I am really interested in Bailey as a potential starter for next week, as he was playing as a striker in a 4-4-2 formation for Aston Villa in his first match under Unai Emery, and he was looking a lot more threatening, so that's definitely something to consider coming into Game Week 16. Before we have a look at the squad though, let's discuss some transfer plans. So at this current point in time, we are looking to make a 1 transfer here, and it is Callum Wilson departing the squad. This week he faces Chelsea at home, which is definitely a trickier fixture from an attacking perspective. He obviously got subbed off after 45 minutes in his most recent match. He's still got that illness sort of lingering, so I'm sure he'll be able to be good to get some minutes for Newcastle in Game Week 16, but whether he's going to be able to play the majority of the 90, I'm not too sure. And with the fixture of Chelsea at home, I do think it could be worthwhile swapping him for Solanke, who's got a very good fixture from an attacking standpoint and should hopefully be able to build on his goal from last week and produce some attacking returns for the squad. Solanke is also a player that is expected to go up in price up to 5.8 tomorrow, actually, predicted by Fantasy Football Fix, and it does also free up some money in the bank for us with 1.9 million in the bank, which should give us a little bit extra to play with for the squad when we look to build the team from Game Week 17 onwards after the World Cup. So with that transfer in mind, let's have a look at how the team lines up for Game Week 16. So here is the squad at the moment. A lot of very good fixtures in the team coming into Game Week 16. Danny Ward's got West Ham away, which isn't a bad fixture from a defensive standpoint, especially considering how strong Leicester's defence has been recently as well. Danny Ward's got himself 2 clean sheets in his last 3, so some very good defensive performances from Leicester as of late. Ward is also making a lot of saves as well, which is good to see from him. And West Ham have struggled from an attacking standpoint. They haven't scored a massive amount of goals this season, so there is the potential for the clean sheet there. We have got the double up on Leicester defence this week as well. Castagna is starting. The double Leicester defence did as well last game week as they both got 6 points, so I'm backing it in once more here against West Ham away. Otherwise, we've got another double up in defence with Man City. Cancelo and John Stones both have Brentford at home. Man City do have that fixture midweek in the EFL Cup, so we'll have to see who plays in that one. Hopefully John Stones gets a rest, so it increases his chances of playing in Game Week 16, as he has been starting the majority of Premier League matches as of late as a right back, so hopefully he can hold that position once more. And Trippier probably has the hardest fixture in the squad this week with Chelsea at home, but with the form he's in and the defensive form Newcastle are in, I really fancy some returns from Trippier in this one. If he's not getting a clean sheet, he's getting forward to provide an assist or a goal. So he's just got so many routes to points right now, so that's why I'm happy to have him starting this week. Looking to the midfield, there is pretty good fixtures all round now. Marcus Rashford, as we've touched on, remains in the side. He's got Fulham away this week, which is definitely a good fixture from an attacking perspective, and I am expecting a much better attacking performance in general from Manchester United, as they didn't really create too many chances away to Aston Villa, as the goal they scored last game week was quite a fortunate deflection from a Luke Shaw shot. Mo Salah takes the vice-captain's armband, this week. He's got Southampton at home and definitely could be a good differential captaincy contender. I am definitely tempted to go for Mo Salah as the captain to try and see a bit of a rank increase if he does outscore Haaland like he did in this game week. But for now, the captain's armband does remain on Erling Haaland, and Wolf Zaha's got a very good fixture as well of Nottingham Forest away. Obviously got himself a goal and an assist last game week, so hopefully he can continue this good touch into his fixture against Nottingham Forest, who have not been the strongest defence in the Premier League so far. Currently, Leon Bailey is listed as starting. He's got Brighton away, but we have obviously got Solanke sitting there on the bench in the first bench spot. Solanke is probably just going to come on for Bailey. We've just got Solanke here right now on the graphics, but I do think Solanke will be a starter over Leon Bailey this week. But if we don't have any players playing, such as John Stones, for whatever reason he gets benched for Manchester City and doesn't come on, Bailey will definitely be sitting in the first bench position, as after playing sort of as a striker role for Aston Villa last game week, he looks to have increased his points potential in FPL by quite a bit. Obviously got himself that goal as well against Manchester United, and he's been in pretty good goal scoring form recently for Aston Villa, so hopefully he could produce something if he does need to come on off the first bench position, assuming that Solanke does start. And looking at the two forwards that are going to accompany Solanke up top, Haaland and Kane both have extremely good fixtures, Brentford at home and Leeds at home respectively. I am, of course, hopeful for goals from both Haaland and Kane in this game week. As we touched on, Haaland's got the captain's armband against Brentford at home. Kane also could prove to be a good differential captain as well. With Leeds at home, obviously Leeds' defence is not the strongest in the Premier League either, and with Kane's very good attacking form this season, already recording double digits in goals, he could be another decent captaincy pick. Otherwise, as we touched on the bench, Solanke, he sits there in the first bench spot, but as we've said, he's most likely going to be starting over Bailey, so that would mean Bailey would have the first bench spot against Brighton away. Andreas then has Manchester United at home. He obviously is on penalties, as we've seen, if Mitrovic isn't playing, so if Mitrovic is not available for whatever reason, that can increase Andreas's goal potential. And Patterson sits in the third bench spot against Bournemouth away, but could definitely creep up to a higher spot on the bench if we do fancy the Everton defence that has been in decent form recently as well. Thanks for watching today's Game Week 16 team selection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel. And also click the notification bell to not miss any future uploads. As always, look out for FPL social. Links and information to that are in the description down below. And look out for some World Cup fantasy content on our end coming your guys' way pretty soon. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.